Verso's ending was the bad ending. Let me explain. Greatest in history. I believe that Mael's ending is saving an entire society of actually sentient beings who live real lives. It feels like the game spends the entire time telling you these are real people and to find a way to save them. And then you just don't. The entire reasoning for this video is exploring the possibility that choosing Verso's ending in Clair Obscur Expedition 33 was the wrong choice from a credible perspective. Your goal as a player is to guide our expeditioners through the world on a journey to kill the Paintress, in which the expeditioners find out they are painted into this world by the very Paintress they're set out to kill. It is established that the Paintress, Aline de Cendre, and her husband, Renoir de Cendre, in a state of familial grief over the loss of their son, Verso, and disfiguration of their youngest daughter, Alicia, in an opera house fire set into motion by a group of mysterious figures known only as the Riders, have found themselves fighting a time-altered war between themselves to decide the fate of the last known work within the last known work of their ill-fated son, the painting in which the game takes place. This war drags both the eldest and youngest daughters of the de Cendre family into the fighting as well. As Clea, the stronger and eldest of the two, paints vicious creatures known as Nevrons to steal a substance known as chroma from her mother in order to aid her father in his attempts to draw Aline from the canvas, where Alicia is too weak and is consumed by Aline's chroma nearly immediately. This causes Alicia to be reborn in the canvas as one of Aline's creations, Mael. Alicia has no memory of her past life and lives as Mael, becoming an orphan and being raised under the tutelage of Gustave, an engineer for Lumière, the home city of our protagonist's defenses, and Emma, the city's chief counselor. It should be stated the reason for Mael's parents' untimely demise. The Gumage, a yearly, somewhat event in which, across a vast ocean, a large figure, the Paintress, stands from her perch at the base of a large monolith, erases the number that adorns it, and then places a new number. It is a countdown. 34 becomes 33 to show us this firsthand with a nearly immediate depiction of the events gracing our screen. The number corresponds with the current age of the Gumage subjects. These unfortunate subjects are then uniformly erased, gommaged in French, which is why we have the expeditions, to sail to the Paintress and end her reign of terror. Unfortunately, everything is not as it seems. As we arrive at our berth, Expedition 33 is systematically dispatched by an old man with white hair dressed in expedition gear, leaving only Gustave standing, many questions unanswered, and a journey before him. We recover friends and meet many anew, even whole societies still thriving within the chaos of the canvas. The journey is going well, recovering Lune, Mael, and Ciel all relatively quickly, despite some understandable dark moments of despair for Gustave. And the dark moments aren't likely to end soon for our expeditioners, as on a quest to receive the means to set sail, given to us by the mystical creature known as Esquier, we are beset by the Lamp Master, which in defeating it, we are distracted just enough for Gustave to be shot in the back, leading to the third saddest moment I've ever seen in this game. Verso enters the chat. Through our journey with Verso, we meet Minoko, who also joins our party. We then begin to receive details, slowly. We find out, through an expedition journal, that Verso is Renoir's, the man with the white hair, son. And then we defeat the paintress. We return to Lumiere. But then the truth is displayed in full force. The canvas disrupted a mass gumage of all Lumiere's citizens and the expeditioners. We were in a painting the entire time, and they are just finding this out. Verso, the man with the white hair, and the mysterious white-haired girl are painted versions of the Descendre family. Maëlle, the paintress, and our mysterious friend, the curator, are the real Descendre family. And the curator's plans to remove Aline and erase the canvas have almost come to fruition. All that's left is for the real Renoir and Alicia to leave the painting and scrub the canvas entirely. But Maëlle, who's recently regained her memory as a paintress herself, doesn't want her late brother's only canvas erased. And so the final confrontation arises. It is revealed that Maëlle has the power to reverse the Gumage, so the goal is now to defeat Renoir and save the canvas from erasure. Maëlle revives her allies and begins the final battle against her father. Eventually we are victorious, yet Renoir insists that if Maëlle stays, she will die. He refuses to lose another child. On top of this, staying in the canvas for prolonged periods of time is revealed to absolutely be fatal. This being the reason for his war against Aline to begin with. He believed her being lost in grief in the painting would kill her, as he sees her as a living corpse every day in front of the painting, even mentioning Alicia as a ghost. Painting aside, he begs for Maëlle, Alicia, to leave, but in the end gives in to her choice, hoping she makes the right decision. Renoir leaves it up to us and exits the canvas. Verso attempts to finish what Renoir started, trying to save Maëlle from a likely certain death within the canvas. Maëlle can't lose the world and brother she's fought so hard to keep, and so they fight. We as players get to choose the victor and are left with two possible endings. One where Maëlle stays in the painting and restores it in its entirety to the best of her ability, eventually succumbing to the painting if it's not possible for her to escape on her own. And one where Verso expels Maëlle from the canvas and the painting is destroyed, and all of the Gestrels, Grandis, Esquier, and the people of Lumiere with it, leaving the Descendre family to grieve without the comfort of the departed's creations. Now, there seems to be a lot of discourse online centering around the idea that one ending is better than the other. Specifically, that choosing Verso's ending is the only logical solution. Alicia needs to accept that her brother is gone, and that this world isn't real. Right? But this is where I disagree with the Verso ending consensus. This world is real. Allow me to explain. Alicia, Aline, Renoir, even Clair are all seen as more real than the beings within the painting, but why? And after some thinking, I have come to the realization. This thought process comes from a line of thinking that can only be attributed to the painters themselves. I believe that is the perspective from Alicia, or at least what's left of what Alicia Descendre wants, what she could be still outside of the painting. The only problem I have with this perspective is we aren't painters. We are the writers. It is up to us to determine the outcome. It is up to us to decide the fate of the canvas. It is up to us to decide whether one life is more important than the thousands or more within the canvas. And when one falls, we continue.